I have a new segment for you called
All
Dumb
right.
Questions. It's just called Dumb Questions.
All right. Good.
Okay.
Dumb
First
questions. I
question.
like it.
First question. Is it high desert queen, high desert queen, or is it high desert queen?
Since there is no true right answer to this question, which is why it's a perfectly dumb question. If I had to choose between those three, it would be high desert queen.
Okay. The middle, I would assume. That's
Oh
what you're
yeah,
referring.
and I'm not saying that because that is the most appealing of those three pictures, but I think the high desert is more indicative to who we are as a band
Okay.
than the high part, and definitely the queen part. Yeah, that's
All right.
awesome though.
Question number 2.
Please promise me
Uh,
you'll send me these slides so I can have
I
them too.
will. I will.
Awesome.
If you were to do a covers album, which we talked about, would
Cool.
you consider doing Killer Queen and calling it High Desert Killer Queen?
Oh man, would we consider it? Sure, we'd have to consider it. I mean, we were talking about like singing in different genres, man. To try to sing like those guys and the harmonies and stuff,
Yeah.
that would be impressive. So that is pretty awesome. High Desert Killer Queen. That would be pretty cool. I
I'd like
would,
to hear a stoner metal version of any Queen song. That'd be pretty sweet.
yeah. So I would say to your question, yes, we would consider it.
Right on. All right. Question number 3. You often wear a NASA hat on stage, and I believe you're wearing one right now.
Ironically, yeah.
Is that because when you get on stage, you want to rock it?
Oh, that's so bad. It's good. That question dooms. Uh, I've always. It's funny because the NASA thing. I don't know how it came to be a staple of ours. I've even had like people posting about. I had a buddy of ours in a band called Foster Mother, who's an incredible band.
Yeah.
Uh, he was at like the airport or something, and he saw like a NASA booth, and he took a picture. Oh, see, they got the Ryan Garney section available, you know. So that's kind of become like a running joke.
Yeah.
The NASA hat. Yeah, I want to rock it on stage. So I want to take off into space. So totally, I'm obsessed with space. That's why I have a NASA hat.
Yeah.
Like people are always like, wear something that is like wear a Gibson hat. Maybe we'll get a Gibson sponsorship. I'm like, dude, if I'm gonna get a sponsorship, I want freaking NASA to somehow get involved in some way. But
Yeah.
I'm also just obsessed with space. So yeah, I totally want to rock it on stage. I like it, man.
All
That's
right.
me and
Question
old
number.
me and the Godfather right there, Todd Severn.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
dude. Good dude.
Question number 4. Drugs are a common theme in stoner metal. Marijuana, mushrooms, and psychedelics. How would High Desert Queen feel being the poster boy for crack? This,
Oh
this, says,
man.
this
So
says
we're
Secrets of the
like,
Crack Spoon, by the way, if you can't read it.
yeah, I'm reading that right now. That's why that really tickled me there. So we've got so we would be one thing I do like is that this shows we're not messing around. We're going right to the hard stuff, right? We're not messing around with other stuff. Like High Desert Queen. This shows that High Desert Queen does not mess around.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd be all in on the Secrets of the Crack Spoon. That's awesome, by the way. Considering none of us are crackheads, and me being a high school English teacher may not be the best image for us to go with.
Yeah. I'm sure you've seen at least a few of my parody album covers that I
Oh yeah,
posted to
I
help
love them, dude. I
promote
love them. They're awesome.
albums and singles and whatnot. And I thought about posting either this one or the Queen one, and I was like, I think crack is just too dark, even for my channel. I mean, I've done like dicks and farts
Yeah.
and just like completely
Well,
fucked with people's artwork, and I think crack is just dark even for me.
to me, it's comedy, and comedy is allowed to go to those levels, because it's not meant to be taken seriously. So if you do pose, you have my blessing, because I think that's hilarious. Secret to the Crack Spoon. Because
All right.
if you can't laugh at yourself, You can't laugh at anybody else, man. You're not allowed to. That's the rule.
All right, these are extra stupid if you haven't seen that yet.
Oh, that's awesome.
You're a big fan of movies that doom. I want to ask you about specific song titles from this new album and how what the influence on those songs were, basically.
Okay.
Heads Will Roll. Was this related to this scene from Day of the
Dead? Ironically, no, it was not based on that scene. Unfortunately, no. But I can see the comparison.
Do you have a story behind Heads Will Roll?
That is it's about going to the guillotine. So like it is actually, archaic in a way, about how it's funny that, not to get political, but we're even more polarized now than when I wrote this song, probably lyrically about 2 years ago. I probably wrote the song lyrically 2.5 years ago, in what I thought was the worst ever, but it was at the time the worst ever year for like, just you're not allowed to say anything. Like you're going to be hung from the nearest tree, and that was the culture. And of course, now it's called. It wasn't then. Now it's called cancel culture, of course. But I laughed about how, as the English teacher in me, I'm reading I was teaching to my class. This will be a lesson for anybody who hasn't read The Crucible, but about the Salem witch trials and how people would just like, if they screw up, all they do is they blame somebody else, call witch, whatever, and people forget they were at fault. And I laughed, and I would talk about how in the even days before that, if you did anything wrong, there was no like trial. You just head was chopped. You were done. Head was chopped off. And so the song is a kind of a mockery of what's happening now, where like I'm putting it in a position where like if I do this wrong, they're going to roll my head. In other words, like my head's going to be chopped and it's going to roll off the guillotine. That's kind of what that's about.
Nice.
You can determine what I'm singing about. That's what the chorus is about. You can determine what else I'm singing about. That's up to art. Is not really meant to be explained. So let that part be interpreted.
Fair enough. As We Roam. Is this related to Mad Max?
Oh man, I wish I was that cool to write a song that was about Mad Max. I wish I was, but no, it's not about Mad Max. But not directly, but I can easily tie it in because the song is about like going through this universe and this world. Like we're all making it up as we go. We don't know what's going to happen. We're all just some of us are living day to day, and I feel like that's actually sometimes the best way to be. The whole like if you live in the past, you're not living, and if you worry about the future, you forget to make now better. So that's kind of what that song's about. And to be honest, Mad Max, was he living for tomorrow? No, he was living for that moment, that day. So I wish I could say yes to your question, but no, I didn't write it based on Mad Max, one of the doomiest movies of all time.
Yeah.
The
Rise.
In a good way. Okay, The Rise. Gotcha.
Yeah. The Rise. Is this about Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines?
That's awesome, man. Oh, that's awesome connection. No, once again, I wish I could say yes to some of these because these are the coolest questions anybody's.
Yes to anything, believe me.
I know, but these are the coolest questions anyone's ever asked me ever. So this is awesome. But no, it's not about the rise of the machines. Unfortunately, no, it's not. That is a perfect sequel to, or it's a prequel to, the song Skyscraper, which is about, well, something. I'll let you interpret that. But Rise.
I'll tell you what it's about right now. Actually.
Oh, perfect.
It's about Nakatomi Plaza in Die Hard.
Now that is true. That I did write about Nakatomi Plaza because I'm a big fan of Die Hard, and Christmas films. It was definitely that. But no, I wish once again, I wish I had written about that. But I've actually, fun fact, the first time I ever went to LA, a buddy of mine was showing me around, and I thought it was interesting that the first thing he showed me was the Nakatomi Plaza.
Okay.
I don't know if it's by chance, but he's like, by the way, and he's like, oh, I can't wait to show you the sites. For example, this is Nakatomi Plaza, and I was like, dude, slow down. That's kind of cool. Like I was more intrigued to that because Die Hard dooms, man. It's terribly good. So that's cool.
All right, this last one is a good one.
Okay.
The Wheel.
All right.
I'm going to assume that The Wheel is about this movie, Wheels of Fire.
No, but I have seen that film.
Have you really?
Oh heck yeah, it's terrible.
I had the trailer all lined up here and everything, just in case you hadn't seen it. I was going to play the
Oh,
trailer for everyone.
I've seen that
It
film.
looks pretty awesome.
Oh, it's well, it's awful. But it's great because I like watching these movies. Like we have this kind of thing when we rehearse. I'll put a TV on in the background and I'll put like just shitty movies on. But that are great movies. You know, like it's funny because we just started doing that. So maybe the third installment of me coming on your show, I will be telling you how we wrote some of these songs while watching movies like Wheels of Fire or something, and that inspired. Because I don't know if you've ever seen A Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
No.
But it's awful. Have you ever seen the meme or a video of like a guy killing a giant snake with a rocket launcher? That's how bad the movie is. That's this movie Wheels of Fire. As a little trivia for you, is same movie. Like back then it was like a production company would make the film, and they would just hire out. They'd have certain directors working for them, and this is from the same production company, and it's bad. It's really bad. Like it's really, really bad. They tried to like spin off the success of Mad Max, basically.
Sure. Right. Yeah.
It's what I mean. Look at the cover. It's a knockoff Road Warrior.
For sure.
I mean,
in the trailer, and I'm sure a lot of movies in the 80s were similar in the trailers, but it's just got that perfect voiceover about like, you know, just that dark, like deep voice and just chaos happening. And they're riding these cars and motorcycles and explosions. And I was like, oh man, I've never heard of this one, but it looked
do yourself a favor. If you can find it. I don't know how I had it on VHS. This is back. So quick fun story here. I'm in a small town called Kenyon Lake, which is, you know, kind of just south of Austin. And we had when back in the days of the movie stores and the Blockbusters and stuff, you know, we didn't have one. We had what was called Texas Video. And it was awful. Like I didn't know as a kid, it was like the greatest thing ever. I'd go in there, but you know, I think about it now. Every movie, a new release movie was $1. And any non-new release was 50 cents. So this is back when I would I'd find 50 cents on the couch and I would go rent Commando. And then I would rent Commando again and again and again because it was just 50 cents, you know. But we would find movies like that. Well, when it went out of business, we bought just a boatload of these like VHS movies, you know, and that I believe I don't know. I was really little because I was born in the 80s. But I want to say my brother must have snagged the one, and that's how I saw it. Oh, it's bad, but it's worth watching. It's worth watching.
Yeah, I love it. Well, that's all the dumb questions I have. At least in that segment, anyway.
That was freaking awesome, man. That was awesome. I was
great.
I was worth all of it coming back on. If you just did that part, it would have been worth it. It was awesome.
Good. I'm glad you liked it.